first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. We appreciate you joining us. We are live streaming on YouTube, on our website, kptv.com, and of course on the Fox 12 Oregon apps. So thanks for being here. Or if you're watching afterward, that's great too. But you know, if you watch this show, that on Thursdays around 1:30, we are joined by the one and only Eric Goranson from around the House Northwest, always with great advice and tips. And this is something that's pretty pertinent for everybody right now who's probably getting ready, or maybe they're even coming into town now, getting ready for holiday guests, which could be great. Could be trying or stressful as well. So Eric has some tips on how to get ready for that.
Good to see you, brother. Yeah, this is a one that if you can kind of mitigate the damage, shall we say, you're better off.
Yes. Yeah.
Families are fun. I love families. I love when families come over. I mean, we had 16, 18 people over for Thanksgiving. So we tend to go big with family stuff. But it also brings into account with a small home and a lot of people, your home was never designed for that. So how do you navigate this? And there's some things we can do to help out. And one of them is actually indoor air quality. We're seeing now that if you go out and buy some of those indoor air quality monitors, you can get them for like $50 on Amazon. Plug it in the living room space or where everybody's hanging out. You can start to see on your phone when the indoor air quality is getting bad. And usually what it means is lots of carbon dioxide of people talking and breathing and you know, discussing and eating. What happens is everybody gets a little slower, they get a little sleepier. Then you know how to then you know what you can do to deal with that. And that's one of the biggest problems we see.
That's interesting. So it's not necessarily the tryptophan or whatever. It could just be that everybody's in that same room and breathing up all the oxygen.
You could be having lamb and you're going to have the same problem. So that's the thing. So easy trick to do. Go on the farthest side of the house. And this year it's going to be pretty easy. It's not frigid here in the Pacific Northwest. Crack a window and go turn on your bath fans. Just leave them on. A bath fan moves 50 to up to about, if you put brand new good ones in, 50 to 100 cubic feet per minute of air. Now, a cubic feet a minute is one basketball is a cubic feet. So if you're moving 50 basketballs a minute, you're bringing enough fresh air to keep everybody happy.
That's it. All right.
Great way to do it. And you're not bringing in enough air to make it cold, but don't put it near the table or something, but just other side of the house, just so it's letting air in, because you have to think of your house as a sealed up box. The older the house, the less sealed it is. The new houses, if you've got a brand new house that's 4 years old, it's not as big a deal because you have energy recovery ventilators. You have all these ERV systems that are bringing fresh air in anyway. That's for the new houses, but most people don't have a brand spanking new house. So with that, you can sit there and knock that out and be good to go.
They're good to know. Yeah, so something to definitely think about, especially as you have more and more people that are going to be showing up at your house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's the first one right there. Second of all, if you have Wi-Fi or anything out there that are hard to navigate in your house, like if you've got a smart toilet seat, if you've got any of these other things out there, put little directions on how to use them next to it. Print it out, put it in the bathroom. Hey, extra toilet papers underneath, any of those things like that. Makes it a lot easier. Plungers in this cabinet, you know, that kind of thing if you don't want to see it. And lets people be able to solve those problems. And here's the thing. If you've got that old toilet, maybe it's time to replace it. If it's over 15 years old and it's not a good one, they've really changed the technology. You can save some water and put a new toilet in, at least on that one bathroom that everybody's using. It'll save the plunger if you get a good one.
Yeah, good point. So you said 15 years?
Yeah. Even the good names like American Standard, Kohler. Nah, you got to get something. Got to get something new. Toto's my favorite. That's just what I use. I've used them for 20 years. They're the largest manufacturer of toilets in the U.S. And they always go to the trade shows and they flush a bucket of golf balls.
Wow. So getting a new one, yeah, upgrade on that and probably save some money, as you mentioned, too, with saving on some of the water bills when associated with that.
Serious water savings, which is awesome. That is awesome. So that's one of the things there. And then, you know, just make sure that you're managing the alcohol, as we know. Let's keep everybody safe out there.
Yeah.
Don't have too much out. If you got 20 people, don't have alcohol for 40. It never goes well.
That's true. Yeah, for many reasons, let alone, you know, safety, but also if you want to avoid some of those conversations that maybe specific relatives you don't want to have conversations with, maybe don't give them the extra drink.
Or just get a bunch of Uber gift cards that you can hand them and
Yeah.
the driver and head up the road, you know?
That's true too. Yeah, good point on that.
The last one that I have for you is be careful during cleanup. Don't let the mother-in-law put everything down your garbage disposal, because that always plugs up the sink. The onions, the peels, the nuts, anything on that, you know, any of that stuff like that, the rice, it just plugs up. You're better off throwing it in the trash. Let it go. Be very careful what goes down the garbage disposal. It's just going to cause problems. And the last thing you want is where you can't run the dishwasher, you can't run the sink because those drain lines usually share. You're just going to have a mess. Just be careful. Don't let anybody use the garbage disposal except you or someone that knows the limits of it, and you'll be safe that way.
That's good. Or you just put a tape over the thing or something.
Out of order. Tape, out of order.
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Yeah.
Whether it's working or not, just make it out of order. You'll be fine.
Yep. All right. Some great tips there. And again, everybody can share this segment too and let everybody know about those. I know you've got some other stuff going on though as well.
Oh man, I tell you what. So make sure you catch the podcast this weekend. I've got my own national radio show and podcast on about 75 stations across the U.S. First off, we're going to be talking to a Portland company here, Summit Trailers. They make all the dump and utility trailers out there, handcrafted and made in USA, right here in town. And then hour number 2, I talk about my favorite thing, how the top 10 ways bad contractors can scam you in 2025.
Very good stuff to know and be aware of if you're having any work done.
And then on Around the House Northwest this weekend, we have our Christmas, Hanukkah holiday spectacular. So
nice.
This is a lot of fun. So we go up to Hood River, and it could not have been more picturesque. It was snowing. It was dumping. We visited a cool house up there. We went to Ferment Brewery. We looked at a couple houses up there. I went to Candy Cane Lane here in Portland, hung out there and got some secrets and tips. And at the very end, Julie shares one of her cocktails.
Perfect. And I'm sure whatever it is, I am wishing that I have one right now.
Yes, absolutely. Same.
She's always got something amazing. And well, that's an awesome show just right there. And for everybody out there too, you mentioned the podcast. Can you tell us what they should look for to download that and how to catch the newest episode of Around the House Northwest?
Cool thing is you don't have to worry about the radio. It's on the radio, but just
perfect.
Podcast player. Just go on to Spotify, Apple, whatever, YouTube. Just look Around the House show. You'll find it there. But for the TV show, so tomorrow morning, which is of course Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., Fox 12 Plus, the brand new show airs on Saturday morning at 10, and then of course 6 p.m. on Sunday, and then it re-airs again on Friday. So you can catch last week's episode, what you missed last week, in the morning, and then catch it on Saturday.
There you go. So options there to make sure that you get to see each one of those, and you definitely want to do that. And there's always clips too on the Fox 12 Oregon YouTube channel too. So
getting close to 600 now over there. It's getting
almost 600. So there you go. You want something to do over the holidays? Go start scrolling through all those. So there's lots of things to take a look at and learn from.
Board over there.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, Eric, thank you for being here. I guess. I don't think we're doing a show next week because I think, is it Christmas next week? No, maybe it's not. I have my days wrong. Anyway, Christmas will happen before I talk to you again, probably. So, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And thanks everybody for joining here too. We always appreciate it. This is Fox 12 Now. We live stream here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. So you can check out all of our clips as well on that YouTube channel. And thanks for joining us. And I will talk to you soon with more. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.